You gotta take it. I'm gonna do it. Little kids. Yeah, I don't want to
Norman, get your camera ready. This is the mausoleum set. Let's see. Thomas Collins, 1620, 1625. Stephen Collins.
No, you went once and then you came and helped me with Colin.
Yeah, that's right.
Turn around.
Jack.
Janet.
Can't pick any of those.
Yeah. No,
I know something interesting. The guards said they have those lion's heads on all these different areas, and they take them home each night because they don't want people stealing them.
Oh, I see.
Because you could see there's several of them.
I didn't know there was a Dan Curtis Collins.
Hey, Tommy, here's your bed. Inside the house, really. There's Joe.
The house was built in 1927. It's made out of steel reinforced concrete, and then they put the Indiana limestone on the outside of that. So the actual base of the walls is 3 feet thick. The property was then sold to a developer that developed Truesdale Estates, and then was sold to another development corporation, president, I believe, who never moved into the house, but just bought it, maybe making it his West Coast residence, but he never moved in. He sold it to the city in '65 because the city built a reservoir up here. The entire parking lot is a 19 million gallon reservoir, and it has about this much concrete, and then there's 8 feet of space, and then it goes down 8 stories. And this whole area is 8 stories down of water. None of the actual original landscaping exists around here anymore. All these hills that you see and the hill in front of this were created by digging out the hole for the landscape area. It used to be a nice flat area. There was a dog kennel up here, a tennis court. Around the corner behind that prop set that you saw was a babbling brook. There was quite a bit of extensive landscaping that was sort of destroyed when we built it. The city bought the property for a little bit less than $4 million, including the house. And today the house alone is worth $100 million. You can imagine the property in prime Truesdale Estates, 18.5 acres. It's like, you know, you can they're pretty lightweight. The one centerpiece of itself, we had to actually stand on the ground. There's a scene in one of the movies where a zombie's carrying one of the leading ladies out to the edge of it. And the zombie is, I guess, a brother of one of the people, and he was semi-bit or something. Who knows? It's kind of hard to keep up with it, but he's getting ready to throw her off the edge of the cliff, and that's what you'll see.
How do they keep
I guess they do match shots to keep the houses. Well, they filmed it dark. It's really dark at nighttime, so they can't see. Yeah, and they can black it out if they need to. You know, a lot of the scenes that you'll see in the movie, you'll have to look real hard to identify it. Like this courtroom, I guess, or this courtyard 3 weeks ago was covered with leaves and forests and trees, and had horses and stables and stagecoaches, and so it's kind of hard to. In this, there were all kinds of vines and ivy and stuff up here. So it's hard to, it's hard to picture it, but he'll go in and out of this door. No, this is just a side service. I guess there's a couple of episodes that have a few exorcisms and a couple of torture chamber sequences and things like that.
Really?
That's all filmed down in the bowling alley. The house has 2 theaters and a bowling alley, and so the bowling alley's been completely redone. It'll also be the coffin scenes where there's a candelabra and they're opening the coffin and that kind of thing. Anything that isn't the crypt, which I think actually the first when you guys see the pilot, when it first comes out, you'll see that crypt that you guys looked up at the top, and you'll also see him entering. He'll be entering the graveyard scene, which is down there, and then you can't really tell on film. But when he enters that, then they switch up to here, so it looks like the entrance there is one huge area when it isn't. It's 2 separate sections. You're gonna have to wait a second though, because I'm gonna need to shut off a rather elaborate alarm.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Isn't it nice when they give us a tour?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, we can look through the glass and see it. Yeah.
He's gonna open the door for us.
Watch out. Don't let him knock it.
Barnabas might come out, so.
Wait, Mrs. Johnson. Oh yeah, here she is.
Stab him! He's dead. Kill him. You can't really, like I said, you can't. I bet that felt good, huh? You okay?
Vampire shouldn't feel pain.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to take a shot, so I was
Oh, I'm
lying
sorry.
back down. I'll sue.
No.
We got.
Got the shot.
That's why I started opening. Your fame was already sealed.
Now it's your turn.
Okay. Oh, great. Just a few at a time. You can pop your head in if you want to hold the door. I can't let you in,
I'll hold
but
the door.
especially because it's kind of during the weekend. They have to pile everything in right into the door. But you can see it's the when you pop your head in, you'll see that the railing has been all hand carved in place as one block of wood out of solid oak. So it's really elaborate and beautiful.
This is the mansion. This is the inside of the house.
You can't see the beautiful marble floors because they're covered with something called layout boards. So
This looks like they're going to use it for the drawing room.
We're a master chimney builder, so we sent somebody over to Europe, and he had 7 people submit their ideas. He liked them all, so he took all 7 of them back to build their own chimney. So each one of the chimneys is built by a different man. Right. Each one of them is different. Joe. No. You can see in there, that's the library, and over there's the main dining hall. This is not, doesn't exist, right? It's all slate, they just put it around.
It's there for 20 years. Oh, yeah, let's go set them up and then.
I know, they took it down.
So I guess, where's the ranger? What's his name?
Oh, he had to go back and check on the wedding party.
This is all
I
set
take it we're
up.
not allowed to do that.
No.
They brought this in too.
Norman, let me get a shot of you.
Yeah.
You can just stand here and get in the background.
She's tiny, let's bury her.
That looks so authentic. So trippy.
Shadows just blocking
Are you still with them?
part of the Collins.
Are you?
Throw a sign in his car. But
Now this is Maggie Evans' cottage, and as you can see, as we pan through the room there, that she doesn't keep house pretty nicely. I guess Mrs. Johnson ought to make a few trips over here. What do you think? And also on that table over there by that lamp, she apparently reads L.A. Life. She's very trendy.
She's a waitress, right? She's an aspiring actress.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. It probably came out of the main house. Either that or maybe I don't want this cottage over here.
Again, it's not the screen house.
What's inside there?
Maggie's bedroom is
Live.
Once upon a time. Is this the attic room?
I thought you said it was the cottage.
Yeah, it looks like it.
This is the same thing we were looking into up at that window.
Yeah. I wonder if they're going to bring back Quentin.